Now we're going to talk about reading the green with your feet and using the WhyGolf green cards. This is USGA approved cheating, virtually.
Yes.
They're amazing how well they work. So we're going to explain these. We've explained these in another video, but let's show it how it's applied to a putt. So how are you going to approach this putt to see what the read is?
I think a good way to set up the framework for a putt reading is when you're approaching the green. I mean, I see a lot of players looking around or talking, which is it's normal because it usually is a friendly day. I would start to encourage you to look at the green as you're approaching it. You can start to get information as soon as you start getting to the green. So you can start finding out where water may flow, those kinds of things.
Right.
Once you get up to the green itself and you have your putt setting there, you can start using what we call the WhyGolf formula. You can start using the slope, get around 2/3 the way to the hole, and find out which way that green is sloping. And if you train on that slope plate quite a bit, you're going to be able to feel this slope.
Right.
And I can feel roughly a 3 here.
Yeah, and we see a lot more tour pros and caddies doing this all the time, and it's more and more and more.
And they're practicing it a lot.
They're practicing. Well, what is this? What's the percentage of this slope? So let's take this one. What percentage do you feel in that slope on left to right first?
I feel right to left. It's a pretty good slope. I feel around a 3. So
okay,
I know I would call that a severe slope. You wouldn't get many more pens on anything more than a 3. 4 would be the most.
Right.
So this is a heavy breaker.
So 3%.
3% right to left. And if you face this direction, you can start to get uphill, downhill, because again, if you're putting uphill, the ball's going to break less because you're hitting the ball harder. So you kind of need to know if it's uphill, downhill. This is slightly up. It's not a lot. It's around a 1.
Okay, and then the other piece of information you need to know is how far is the putt.
Yeah, yeah.
And we do that in paces, and a pace is 3 feet. So for even me, and I'm tall, I got to stretch out my feet a little bit, and this is 5 paces. So now I know it's 5 paces. So I look at the green cards. What did we decide? We decided it's uphill 1, so I look at uphill 1. It's 5 paces. And we said it's a 3% slope. I just look at the card. It says it's going to break from the edge 17 inches. So that's the break. That where you aim is 17 inches to the right of that cup. So Brad, hit a putt. Let's see how good it is.
Yeah, I would say first of all, when you get over a putt like this and you look 17 inches out, it's going to look like a lot. And this is where I think a lot of people tend to underread. So it at least starts to expand your mind out to the break that really is there. So 17 inches is a long ways out, but as you start visualizing, it starts looking more and more comfortable. And if you see it a few times, then you kind of commit to that location. And then you just look out there around 17 inches right of the hole. And if your speed is right, a little harder, I think that goes in, but that's the right kind of idea.
So when I've used the green cards, and I love them, and I use them all the time, when I look at it, I said, it can't break that much. It says it's breaking 24 inches. It looks like it's breaking 12. I'm going to split the difference. Every time I do that, it's a mistake. Every time. And even, they talk about missing putts on the high side. Pros miss on the high side. You watch tournaments, they'll miss far more below the hole than they will above the hole, even at the professional level. It's going to break more than you think, more than likely. The green cards will tell you how to do it.
It's a very good rule of thumb. Whatever you see, trust it.
Trust it.
If anything, play a little bit more.
That's right.